How you doing, guys and gals? This is Doug Wilson from Yellow Hawk Custom Kydex. We are on the first annual Yellow Hawk Winter Rendezvous. All right, we're up here on the Appalachian Trail in Pennsylvania. We got Mike McGowan. Say hey, Mike.
Hey, guys.
We got David Brown.
Hey, guys.
AKA Larry Roberts. And we got Bob Bieschke. There he is.
What's going on, guys?
All right. So Mike McGowan came up from Georgia. David Brown came from Wisconsin. Michigan. I'm sorry. I keep saying Wisconsin. And Bob came from Bel Air, Maryland. Okay. And you all know where I live. Okay. Anyway, this first video of the camping trip is just going to show you know, what guys are sleeping in, what kind of gear they brought. Now last night, no lie, it was minus 12 degrees here. Okay, minus 12. Tonight it promises to be like minus what, 19 or something?
I think so, colder.
Yeah, colder. All right. So you know, swimming. For most of us, these are the coldest temperatures we're probably going to experience in a long time. Okay, I myself have only been in like minus 45 degrees you know, prior to this, and that was in Montana in the Rockies. So here we got more of a wet cold. Out there in the west they got more of a dry cold. It's a totally different experience. Okay, here it chills you to the bone if you're not prepared, if you don't have the right equipment and whatnot. Okay, so I'm just going to go around, show everybody's stuff. All right, so I'm just going to start with mine because it's right here. Because I'm Doug, right? All right, anyway, the reason I chose this shelter, this is an MSR Hubba Hubba tarp. It's the tarp that goes with the tent. MSR has this special feature, they call it the fast and light feature, where you can take just the poles and use just the shelter, the actual tarp of the tent, and not the tent itself. Okay, so all I have is the poles and the tarp and my own ground cloth. Okay, I'll give you a peek inside. All right, the sleeping bag is a Marmot Mountain Works 850 fill power down. It's called the Cole sleeping bag, C-O-L. And it's got a Gore dry loft shell on it to keep that down dry if it were ever rain or, you know, get wet. Okay? The pad is a Thermarest Trekker. It's more of a winter style pad, okay, that keeps you insulated against the snow. However, there are better pads than this as well that Thermarest sells. I like Thermarest because I've been using them for years, okay? I know what they're capable of. All right, so there's my backpack over there. That's an Osprey Aether 70. And that's it. So that's my shelter. And the reason I chose it is because this shelter alone, among all my other shelters, does the best in the winter, okay? As far as a lightweight shelter, okay? It'll shed snow, it'll keep the wind out, and it's very strong, okay? So it's just, you know, it's new age stuff. It's not a bushcrafter shelter, it's not a lean-to, it's a space age tarp. All right? Remember, humans are opportunistic. We seek what works. All right, here we got Mike McGowan. So, Mike, what did you bring on a camping trip that Doug, you really like?
That I really like?
Yeah.
I got a Repton 3-day assault backpack there. Has all my clothes in that.
All right.
I've got a little Maxpedition gear slinger here that I put all my food in, all my little extra stuff. Got my IFAC over here.
All right.
Got my 1 liter bottle of Nalgene over there.
Okay.
As you know, I didn't know what kind of sleeping gear to bring with me since this is a little new to me, so you loaned all that to me.
Right.
So you tell them about what that is.
I gave Mike a actually it's a 0 degree Western Mountaineering Bison sleeping bag. It's 800 fill power down. And like I said, down is one of your most effective. Actually, it's your most effective insulator as long as you don't get it wet. Okay? Do not get it wet. It is worthless. So you got to have some type of waterproof shell over it to protect it. Other than that, it is your most efficient insulator in the winter.
And I was very, very warm. No matter how cold it got last night, I felt great. I really, really did.
All right.
And 2 other things I want to make sure you see. I got my Corona folding saw with the sheath that Ron Brokeback made for me.
All right.
And my good old trusty Yellow Hawk BMF 2
system. The BMF 2 system.
By Yellow Hawk.
You want to show the knife?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful
There's
knife.
the knife.
Beautiful knife.
All right. Okay.
Love it.
Move on to Bob. What you got, Bob? We got to hurry up. We got 15 minutes for this video.
Okay, I don't have much of anything. I guess my most important thing that I brought with me is my Optimus or Primus stove.
All right.
It has a broader base. I'm
getting
my tea back together.
Let me step over this pea here
because it was frozen. Arguably you have to have a really good stove. Keeps you warm, gets things cooking, and you know, most of my gear is lumberjack. Military, camp trails, whatever. I'm a cheapskate, so I buy shit wherever I can find it. And I think the most important thing is my keys to my Jeep, so I can go turn the heat on and get warm because it's cold as shit out here. Okay, and I've only been down to 0 degrees, so I can't wait to go hug my wife. Out.
Oh, Bob, what is this here? What is this?
Oh,
that's nice. What do you got?
I was supposed to bring my kukri and I forgot it for Jacob Peterson. I was going to do a review. So I had my habilis tool, bush tool, which I really like because of the broad blade and the rocker form and the point and all this other good stuff. I personally like this knife. And then I had it sheathed in some sort of kydex by some company that resembles a hawk that's yellow. And my old leather sheath had this carry on it, and I'm lefty in it, so I put it on backwards. But this is a Yellow Hawk simple, plain, custom kydex sheath, which is the way I like all my sheaths, because anything else I need I carry in my pockets or around my neck.
All right.
So very good. I'm glad you found that, Doug. I didn't know where it was.
Well, it caught my eye. And now we got David Brown.
The only equipment I brought, because I'm from Michigan, and I'm used to this, I've been sleeping in the bushes, so the only equipment I brought...
Let me turn this way. Keeps you out of the sun.
The must-have sheath by Yellow Hawk.
Oh, man.
By Yellow Hawk.
By Yellow Hawk. And a beautiful knife by Mike Wallace.
Very nice.
Isn't that something? Listen.
The Yellow Hawk click.
Yeah, Yellow Hawk has kept us alive out
here. All right, guys. Hey, guys, I got a question. Doesn't he look like Larry Roberts?
Better looking.
So we were all wondering where Larry Roberts went. He's right here.
Better looking, not as smart, but better looking.
All right, guys. So this is Doug Wilson. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you some of my gear now, okay?
While you're going to get ready, let me say one more thing. This
all right, go ahead.
Leo Hardesty.
Leo Hardesty.
Yeah.
Hey, Leo, minus 12 last night. Right. I'll say it again. Minus 12. Tonight, minus 19. Okay. All right, so anyway, this is one of my favorite pieces of gear. This is an MSR reactor stove, okay? I did a kind of review on it on my last video, or one of my last 2 videos. Just wanted to show it to you. And specifically, I wanted to show you the windscreen, okay? I made this windscreen. These canister stoves, traditionally, do not want to work well in temperatures below about 35 degrees. Okay. You actually have to like sleep with the canister. Well, I came up with this idea to make a nice windscreen that holds the heat in while the stove is on, and it heats up all this whole area here and keeps that bottle warm enough to, you know, give it some pretty efficient output. All right. So, you know, minus 12 last night, I was heating up water with no problem. All right. You know, I had full output of that stove because of that windscreen. And I built it out of 2 MSR windscreens. All right. The ones for the Whisper Light International stove that they sell. They sell extra windscreens for people who lose them or whatever. I built it out of 2 of them. Okay. All right, guys. So this is Doug Wilson for Yellow Hawk Custom Kayaks. Thanks for joining us on this first annual Yellow Hawk Winter Rendezvous, Winter Camping Rendezvous.
Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland. All right. Everybody say bye.
Bye, guys.
Airborne. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for supporting the channel. I truly appreciate it.